Hello, welcome. I'm Sharon Martin from Inner Sanctum Studios, and I am a messenger for Gaia. So I bring you some messages today that are pretty exciting, very pertinent, and have building relevancy to the 22nd of January. I'll just move my screen a little bit to catch all of her. So yeah, a lot has come through. It's very exciting to me. I'm sure it will be exciting to you. Interestingly, I was shown on the, let me see, when did I write this? Oh, so these notes have just come through in the last 2 days. She showed me, well, first of all, what you need to know about the 22nd of January is that we have, and this is a rare event, and don't ask me when it last happened, but we have all planets coming into being direct. So there will be no retrograde planets come the 22nd, and this is going to have an impact in a whole range of ways. And so I'll talk to you about that. Hello, Charlotte. Anyone else who's here, pop your name in the chat, please. And yes, these rapid changes, the supercharged energy, it's doing all sorts of incredible transformational things inside our body. And for me, on a personal level, I've been super wiped out today. Hello, Tina. Yes, I got shown yesterday. Let me see. Oh, yes. So I wrote, as we come into the 22nd and all planets move into being indirect, everything comes into a supportive energy for a more external, overt, you can see it, touch it, feel it, motion. So a lot of change in our physical world will show up. Hello, Sally. Hello, Larissa. Welcome. Yeah, so this feeling of being lethargic, of being apathetic, of having, maybe some idea of wanting to do something, but having no wherewithal or energy to do it. It's very much a part of this. It's this, how Gaia shows it to me is that it's this, it's the extremity of being thrown into the nothingness. There's, it's this, you will give it up. And this is the experience that the entire collective is building to. So anyway, yesterday she was showing me the infinity symbol, and so sometimes I get shown things in images, but I always get words and hear things, but sometimes I get shown things in images. And so yesterday I was shown the infinity symbol, so I duly drew that, and I got told, remember, what is above is below and vice versa. And then she showed me that it folds up. And then she showed me that it began to fly. And so it was this transformation from the infinity symbol folded up and into the butterfly. And she said that this energy represents movement, freedom, transformation, alchemizing, and this magical initiation into higher consciousness. And everybody is going to receive some of this. So that's what this movement between now and the 22nd, everything that I'm giving you today is energies that relate to what is happening to us, within us, and to the collective and to the planet over these next few days. Hello, Andrea, welcome. So Gaia says that we are, I'm all excited about it, even though I feel like I'm excited about this information, that we're going to reach a new level that we have never reached before. We have never done what we're going to reach on the 22nd. We've never done this before. This new level will squeeze many awake, and really she's showing me that everybody will receive a certain amount of this. You can think of the entire spectrum, so as being on a bit of a slope. Rapid quantum suspension, this is going to be our experience. You I'll I'll Yeah, I'll just talk about that now. So I am having this experience that I think I might have mentioned before, which reminded me of when I was pregnant. And it's like brain mush. And there's all of this. I mean, we are having these incredible upgrades. And today, for me, I've been shown um, this like extreme upgrades in the spine, the energies, and in particular in our vision today. So feeling a lot of energy through the crystalline structure, but the crystalline energies coming up through the spine, but up through the occipital bone, and then a lot of um, blurry movement in and out with my vision. Um, But just coming back to this brain thing. So what I am noticing is that so first of all, we've had this whole time construct. I think that Gaia and I might have spoken about that way back last year. But it's as though we can't, well, I can't. This is what I'm experiencing, and I've been sort of shown a little bit about it. But our whole construct of time, dark clock, has gone, and we have to learn about being in sequential time. But right at the moment, right at the moment, it's as though we are in, if you imagine some crazy laser light pen creating lines across the sky into the dimensions in all sorts of diagonals and horizontals and layers of them, and coming forward and backward. And it's like we're in this chaotic energy of timelines. And I want to use this kind of language, smashing and intersecting and overriding and reappearing. And so I've been having these experiences. And so this was my experience this morning. So I was looking for my drink bottle to head off to the gym, and I couldn't find it. And I thought, oh, well, I used it yesterday. So I checked in my client space, and I checked in my Zoom space, and then I checked everywhere else, even though I don't usually take it to too many other places. And it wasn't in the fridge, and it wasn't in the kitchen, and it wasn't in my bedroom, and it wasn't in the living room. And then I thought, I'll just have to take my good glass one then. And so I put that in there, and I thought, oh, I'll take my raincoat out because it wasn't going to rain. And there was my drink bottle. So I had not used it yesterday or, yeah, at all, even though I thought that I had. And so it's like my brain is not grasping the sequential nature of time. And the day yesterday, I think, and the day before, really long, really stretched. And I've been having more and more of those experiences. But yeah, that kind of thing, as though things are out of sequence. And I know it's what happens when we have these big sort of when we're pregnant. That happens because of the hormonal influxes, and so it's this kind of thing that's happening for us, and it can throw us off. And but it's like that. It's like that pregnancy brain, and so it's trying to find things in the order, but the order's actually changing because the timelines are crashing and dissolving and reappearing. So we aren't moving in this linear fashion at the moment. We're moving in this quite this quantum, this as we're becoming more multidimensional as well. So things are all over the place. Don't give yourself a hard time about it. Just be very gentle. But this experience, and so it relates to this increase in flow in our bodies. So hello, Jen. Sally felt like psychotic episode, looking at my life as a big overview, giving me simple spiritual teachings for every aspect of my life. Oh, well, that's good. I hope you took notes, and then you can share that with others, because I'm sure that will be profound. Lauren, day before 21st, Aquarius, super new moon. Oh, right. Yes. On the 21st. Yes. And the Sun and Pluto are all conjunct. That's huge manifestation power, and it's an air sign. That's good. I didn't know that. Thank you. That's great information, Lauren, because I've written about manifestation as well. We're in the power of that. Andrea saying yes, vision, and feel underwater on land. Yeah. It's all kind of like that, isn't it? We will have gone from the heavy, sludgy, slow energy. This is Lauren giving us her astrological wisdom and knowledge. This from the heavy, sludgy, slow energy of Capricorn to the faster energies of air and fire until mid-April. Plus, she says, I believe all super new moons from January to March. The biggest takeaway was how hard I am on myself. Oh, well, that is a really good takeaway for all of us, because that's, classic human, isn't it? We all have these, we give ourselves a hard time for what we do and do not, and can and cannot do and achieve. So well done. Thank you. Thanks for that share. All right. So this rapid quantum, it's like, so how I see the 22nd, this imagery that I'm showing, it's like everything gets held up. So it's how it shows up to me, and I honestly, I can't remember whether I've told you this or not. Hi Sarah, nice to have you here. It's as though it shows up to me as though everything is popping up here. Dun, 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 dun. Everything is popping up. Everyone is like raising up, elevating themselves up for this higher level of consciousness, but they haven't moved to it yet. It's this extreme, it's like this extreme game where you might have to lift all the marbles off one level in the game to the next level, and it's only when everything has been moved that's like a button gets pushed and everything goes all at the same time. So that's what I've been showing about the 22nd. It's as though everyone takes themselves to this higher dimensional space or to higher consciousness. There's this revealing going on about who am I, where am I meant to be, what's my soul mission, what's my truth, what's my higher alignment, what have I got here that needs to be left behind. It's bigger than that, but all of that. And so we're taking it up to here, and we are looking to where we have to go. But how it shows up to me is that it's as though we all move at the same time to our new position. All right, so the energy of the 22nd will introduce another level of higher cosmic codes for humanity, for the entire of humanity. And so I was shown that imagery of the infinity symbol into the butterfly, as I described to you earlier, as well as it feeling or having magical qualities, an instantaneous alivening or enlivening for humanity, much the same as the elemental strata had at the end of last year. So in December, you'll remember me speaking about that, how there were energies that came through that catalyzed the awakening to a new level for all of the elemental strata and making it easier for us to see and connect with them. So this is what we are coming to on the 22nd. So imagine magical energies being activated across the planet, enabling every aspect of life on the planet to receive an elixir of sorts, a taste of fifth dimensional energies. So I just invite you to close your eyes for a moment to envision that. So just close your eyes and envision the world in all its form. The air, the water, the land, humanity, all sentient beings, elevating into this fifth dimensional consciousness. I want you to feel that energy in your heart space, that love energy, and enable it to be breathed out of your heart and watch it as it moves across the planet. Yetiakana shishiana atuaka ish kana watakana shi iyatakana watakana shi yatakana etiarakana uaka ishishiana iyatu akiana ishiana kana sisiana. And so you might be witnessing. Oh, it's interesting. What I'm seeing is that light language created a lot of activations of codes. They're all kind of like a green colour, an emeraldy green colour. So I'm seeing light language codes in emerald green above all sorts of species and things. So we are moving into a greater sense of awareness, of connection, and of influence on our energetic world. This cognition of the butterfly effect, that everything I think, speak, do, and feel has an impact, has a rippling effect out through the world. And as this cognizance becomes more tangible, each shifts to a reflection of personal impact on the rest. So personal impact, the responsibility for it, and then deliberate choice becomes obvious in the cause and effect. So this is where we're moving to, as though a lesson in the moment, a direct feedback loop. So this idea that everything that we think, speak, be, feel, take action with, it has this direct feedback loop which can help us to activate, change, modify our behavior, because we're in this instant feedback loop, which some people might call karma, but I'm not using that word. I believe our karmic days are over, but this is this instant creation. And so we create the space that we are in our thoughts, words, and actions and feelings. So Andrea is saying she woke up with childlike wonder. Yes, and this is it really, isn't it? This is the essence of it, is that when we come back to the heart, it is like that childlike beauty and wonder and viewing of and experiencing of the world. Pauline saying had a melting pot day yesterday, lots of releasing. Yes, so that's very true as well, Pauline. I hadn't mentioned that, but I think I might have mentioned that the other day, that there's been a lot of tears, and it's just releasing. It's just releasing from the cells, and it doesn't necessarily need to have any connection, but just check in and see. But it's releasing from the cells back through time, back through our lifetime here on the world, and our multidimensional aspects as well. So yeah, I wanted to say that what I was being shown was that this all links in very much to the energy of working with the number 8. So the number 8, if you're working with the number 8, it's this, it's this infinity loop. So it's you create here in this loop, you put it out into the world and it comes back. And so it's this idea of being very particular and mindful about what it is that you want, the words that frame it, the energy that drives it, and that you might want to. I always say to people working with the 8, figure it out over here, and then in its wholeness, put it here. So this is what we are all learning to do in creation now. So I want blah 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 blah, and then you form it into some statements of I've got it, it's here, and you place it there, and it will come. So, it can be all sorts of, it can be objects, it can be experiences, it can be feelings that you are wanting to create. And you can be using words like I always have amazing experiences that bring me lots of joy. And you just be mindful that you are putting out there what you want and not what you don't want. And be mindful and kind of reflective about what shows up, because that's what maybe your subconscious mind is creating with its own energetic underpinning. But yeah, when we get refined with this, when we develop mastery with this, we can make these things happen just like that, to very fine specifications. So we are beginning to learn as a collective about our power, about the power of creation, and that we are served to come into higher alignment with ourself, with our internal self, our higher self, to become more vigilant in our thoughts, words, and actions as we watch these show up in our existence in a clear and more tangible way. So this is the place that we are in. Oh yes, I already have done that. So the other imagery I was shown was as though everybody's in the ocean in a submarine and they've got their own periscope. And so we're in this time where right now we're putting our periscope up above, and we're checking it out. We're having a look to see, what it is that we might want to be experiencing, and we're moving it around. So we're able to see, when we move, we're able to see and perceive to a higher dimension with greater clarity and truth, a higher heart, purpose and destiny. It's all lining up, as we've spoken about over this. It's hard to believe it's really hard for me to configure and match up with the fact that we are only on the 18th, and yet we are already on the 18th. But this is really this time for us to be settling into the mastery of manifestation through this instant creation. But alignment, so this is checking in. What does our higher heart tell us? What is true? What is there? What isn't there? And what needs to be let go of in our life now that doesn't line up to this higher definition of self, this higher level of consciousness and of conscious living, of conscious operating, of conscious being, as we're, many of us are spending a lot of time now in this fifth dimensional space. But imagine when we come to the 22nd, where everybody has this little taste of this fifth dimension, and a lot of the negativity is dissolved. I'll speak about that as well. It has a big impact. Yes, and it is all impacting on the divine masculine, and I'll do a little video of that probably tomorrow, because I decided I'd do this first because a lot of it kind of this segues into what's happening for them. But it is pretty exciting what's happening for them. They might not be feeling that, but they will shortly. So we need to be really coming into our own alignment through our central vertical core. It's being enhanced, strengthened, and streamlined today, like a tweaking, like a refinement. That's how it showed up to me. So I was feeling that coming in through the tailbone, up through the spine, and this very warm movement. I think yesterday I was describing it as feeling as though I had liquid honey in my spine. But this is all part of our um, upgrades, and it's strong in the body. It's really strong in the body. And that's why it's so exhausting, this energy today. So Gaia, speaking about the 22nd, she said enlightenment, illumination, and enhancement are the three words that she gave me about that day, even though there are lots of other words as well. This energy moving in a collective, sweeping across the planet, and all upon it will receive a little wash of fifth dimensional energy for all, creating a beginning point of fifth dimensional frequency for all and the planet. And she said, let's call this fifth dimension level 1. We will experience and witness, likely in retrospect, she says, a lot of dissolution during this energy of the 22nd, as some lower frequency energies, paradigms, molecules, and structure can no longer hold their form in this frequency. From this point on, we will witness rapid acceleration and transformation. She's saying that extreme tiredness is related to our internal body changes at cellular level through all of our systems, as per the systems in our world. The old systems and structures are being changed over for higher ways of operating in a higher conscious world. I mean, it's so tangible and obvious to us, isn't it? Hello, Yafa. It's so lovely to have you here. Wonderful. Welcome. So today for me is massive eye and third eye upgrades, and this connection into the spine from the tailbone up through the occipital bone. This crystal light, this Christos light, this crystalline upgrade in strong motion for some right now. And so many of you will probably be experiencing that. But we are also in this, these rapid manifesting energies. It's super fast. So just remember, you keep focused on what it is that you want. And this is in all realms. So this might be in your physical form. This might be in your relationships, in your connections, in your family, in your living environment, in your work environment. But we're really there's this little dance going on at the moment between this three-dimensional world over here and the fifth dimensional world over here, and what belongs now and what doesn't belong now, and what do I need to let go, and how do I make that adjustment. And all of these are being sort of tweaked through the physical form, because this Christos light that's coming through our spinal fluid, this holds the codes. And they're not the only codes, but these hold a lot of the codes. And we've got other codes that come in through the blood and through the skin as well. But these hold the codes for the reconnecting of our up to 12 strands of DNA, and then onwards from there. So that comes with our increased psychic abilities, with our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, our claircognizance. What else have I? Our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, clear gustation, all of the senses heightening. And I wanted to also say to you that I truly believe that if you have one clair that is your strength, you keep working with that, and the others will come along and be up leveled, upgraded with that. Um, Master your thoughts, words, and actions, and play with the practice of manifesting. Some of you will be way better manifestors than some of us. And so what I've been saying, hello Heather, what I've been saying to eights who come to see me, I say to them, if you've got manifesting mastered, then your role is to teach it to the rest of us. But this is the energy that we're in at the moment. And what is exciting is that we're talking about this spread of all of this. We're not just talking about, those of us who are awake. We're on the edges of awakening for everybody into this, this beginning level of fifth dimensional existence, fifth dimensional consciousness. So the dropping away of the dross, the letting go of the things that hold us in this lower form. So you be able to think about all of the ways that people operate that are a little bit distasteful, a little bit off, or that are not taking into account the rights of others. We're really coming into the learning of a couple of key lessons for humanity. One is giving up the need to be right, and another is giving up the need to know. There'll be more truth revealed about what we've been through in our history and over the past 3 years, all of the ways that we've been manipulated. We will be shown that. And as we rise up into this new dimensional space, what God showed me, I think last year, was that it was as though everyone would be, that first of all, that ascension would come before disclosure or before the revealing of the truth. And that when it came, it would be that everyone could be like in this suspended space. I mean, it just occurred to me now as I'm speaking to you that this is this place that we're moving into, where everyone was held in this suspended place. He showed it to me as though everyone was off the ground with this beautiful blanket around them, being held so beautifully by the divine, as we are shown the history, or some pieces anyway, of our world and of the past few years, and the revealing of things that have gone on behind closed doors that we may or may not have been aware of, the way we've been controlled and manipulated, and the trajectory of where certain aspects of the world have wanted us to go to our own demise. And here we are, everyone. We are moving into this, lower level, fifth dimensional consciousness, and then will begin to be shown, and people will be able to receive it in a way that they can digest it, because it's way too big for us to digest it all in one go, or for some people, that will just come out over time, and we just celebrate this movement into this higher consciousness. So it's a wonderful time for us to celebrate, and I'm so grateful for each of you to come on and join me here. And yes, I'm going to do what I'm going to call a mashup of the divine masculine tomorrow, because there's all sorts of little tiny things that are going on that what I've been speaking about today segues into. So much love to you, and let us, be in this continual motion of filling ourselves up with this extraordinary light and this beautiful love, and send it out to the world. So I will see you again soon, and do take very good care of yourself. Do be well hydrated. Don't be too worried about food. Just eat if you're hungry, and eat what you desire, but be well hydrated. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty amped about it all. And I think what's most exciting for me is that all of this ethereal, esoteric information that I've been given over this time, it is landing right at our feet. It is so tangible and physical, and I'm sure that many of you are feeling the same way. So the other aspect is ease. So if you are feeling um, stretched, uncomfortable, um, under pressure or compression in the body, use the breath, use the water, get your feet in salt water or get your belly on the ground. If you can't get to the ocean or onto a beach, then get sea salt or Epsom salts or Himalayan salts into a foot bath, get your feet in there, do what you can for it to shift down, and then get your feet on the ground and call on Gaia, call on the earth energies to pull this energy out of your body and into the earth, this grounding it out. So you might be feeling a lot of tension through the bones. The bones are going through massive upgrades through the blood crystallization, and you might be feeling it very much in the spine. Um, yeah, so and also any kind of like vibration. So, like move your hand and have that moving up your arm like a lomo lomo. I think that's what it is, a lomo lomo Hawaiian massage. I think that's what that is. So you could do that with your arms and with your feet, or you could get someone else to do that with your body, and you can have a swap. So that can help move the energy through. But if you just see it as that, these energies are coming up to the tailbone, into the spinal fluid, and they're moving up through there. So it can be uncomfortable in the back. It can have a bit of an energetic effect like the Kundalini, and it can come with a lot of heat. And so you just want to be using these little rotation, swaying movements in the body to move it up the spine, but the rest of it you want to be moving down and into the ground. All right, big hugs. So much love to all of you, and I'll catch you again soon.